What's up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your host, Cam Williamson. We're back, and we're restructured. We're ready to go. We're in. I think we're in. We're locked in for a new mindset, and I can't wait to bring it to you. It's kind of a reintroduction of sorts. I really hope I don't lose the mic first thing going out the gate. Restructured. What is this podcast about? It's usually been ramblings. It's been everything from MMA picks and predictions to my life lessons to comedy bits to all kinds of stuff, right? It's been everything. Road to Redemption podcast has been a full-scale just rambling. I've had guests. I've had big guests. I've had friends of mine. I've had everything in between. Everything. It's been a lot of fun. But it's time that now it gets a plan. And it's time that now it gets a purpose. So here it is. Road to Redemption podcast will no longer be about just my life lessons and me telling stories from my past or random things, right? It's not going to be that. I appreciate everyone who has stuck with me. This will be the last kind of scattered podcast that we do. We're going to be a mental growth, mental health, mindset, self-help podcast. The Road to Redemption podcast will be, right? Road to Redemption podcast will be mindset, mental health, self-growth, I don't know why I can't say that. Self-growth and everything in between. So I'm going to be telling you tips about meditation, about lifestyle things that I do, dieting as far as how you eat and how it affects your body and how that affects how things go. What I'm currently exploring as far as spirituality and how I'm choosing to move forward in life as far as that all goes. That's where, welcome to the Road to Redemption podcast. That's what we're going to talk about from here on out. I hope in the future to have guests where I can talk with my friends or, again, with other big names about things, and this will still be loose, it'll still be loose, but the Road to Redemption podcast will be strictly talking about mental health, growing mentally, spiritually, that side of the house. Now, I do plan to start another show, another podcast of sorts. It won't be like a whole nother thing on iTunes. I will get better about staying up to date, so as of this one, when you watch this, the audio should be back. You guys should be able to go on iTunes and everywhere else now and find this on the audio and the video. So anywhere you can find us on Apple Podcasts or Castbox or wherever you guys listen, we're there. YouTube, we're always going to be there with the Road to Redemption podcast. The new show where I'll talk MMA and it'll be kind of the lighter side of life. It'll be over there. Thinking about calling it, well, I'll save the name on that one. You guys will see when it comes out. That one will be pretty good. So right now, where has this really long break come from? If you follow the rest of the videos on the channel, the YouTube channel, specifically what I'm talking about, because I have not been uploading audio to iTunes. So if you haven't been watching on YouTube, then you've missed everything. Which, if you've been just thinking, oh, hey, Cam quit the podcast, and you're hearing me for the first time back on Apple iTunes, go over to the YouTube channel. Just type in Cam Williamson or Road to Redemption podcast. Boom, there we are. But why have we been gone? I started a venture. I got a studio for this podcast, and I kind of hit the ground running. At the end of June, I found a studio space, and I had big plans for it, and I brought a bunch of my friends in, and we had a grand opening, and everything went great, and then we had a complete falling out with our landlord, and due to no real reason, we ended up having to just decide that it was better that we not be there. And that put a big creative funk in my life, and it not just creative funk, it put a whole funk in general in my life. It just put me in a fucked up headspace where, if I'm being honest, I was just kind of being cool, feeling sorry for myself. It sucks. This is the hardest part about life when things happen to us, and whatever your situation is out there, I don't know, but please feel free to leave it in the comments or whatever. Let us know what you're going through so that way we can help you with it. But when life hits you, right? We all talk about those times when life punches you in the mouth or whatever. We've all heard the Rocky speech. It ain't about how hard you can hit, but it's about how hard you can get hit and keep going forward and keep fighting. We don't talk about the times when things are going right, right? When everything goes better than expected. Maybe you found the love of your life and then maybe they leave or they pass away, or everything's going better than expected, and then all of a sudden this daunting thing of reality hits. Reality that things are never as good as they seem, or seemingly, right? That's how it feels in those moments. And I spent days, I guess now you could even say weeks, just truly hurting and trying to decipher through, why am I hurt? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I mad? Like, what am I? And so much in my life, I take those situations, and everyone from my therapist to my friends to my family, they all have told me, like, I'm a survivalist. I'm just constantly surviving and making the most of every opportunity that I have. But I didn't want to do that this time. I did that, and that's how we got the studio. I just happened to find a place. Like, I was just going down the street one day, saw a place, decided to stop in, took it that day, built it all, and then lost it all just as fast. So when I was sitting in this reflection mode, where usually I would jump into a new project or a new thing or try to find the next video to make or whatever, I just decided to chill for a while, and then I realized that one of the big problems in life is I've never really planned anything. I don't plan anything. I'm an opportunist by trade. I I take what I love and I do it. And I do it all out. And then when I don't care anymore, I don't do it anymore. And that's fine. That's fine. That's who I am. I don't want to be anyone else. I have no desire to be any different than who I am. That's all part of the mental and spiritual journey that I'm on right now. But a lot of that comes with a lot of self-criticism. A lot, you know. You have to be able to sit and look and go, okay, even though the situation was what it was, I'm not going to tell the whole story again. You can go watch it. It's on the channel. The situation was what it was. I try to find parts of responsibility that I play in it now. That's something I always advise you guys to do. In every situation, you hold responsibility. You do. And then I wanted to get to a place where I knew what was coming next. Okay. That's a scary place to be for a lot of us because we don't know what's coming next. You can make a plan. And in the famous words of Mike Tyson, you know, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face. Well, that's where life comes in. So what do we do when we're sitting in the pocket? Life had hit you at the worst time, because the worst time for life to hit you is not when things are going bad. You're already prepared for that. You're already in that mode of being to deal with bad. The worst time for life to hit you is when life is going really well, because you go, no, or at least I do. Did you guys see me almost fall? You go, no, this isn't supposed to happen to me. I thought I finally made it out of this, or I thought I finally whatever, you know? So things are going really well. Something catastrophic happens, turns you upside down. The only choice you can really make in that moment is to just dedicate to yourself that you are not going to ruin anything, right? So my thing this time was I wasn't going to ruin anything else. I wasn't going to go self-sabotage. I wasn't going to go spend excess money to try to make myself feel better now, or I wasn't going to put anything else in jeopardy because I had the ability to do that this time. Understanding where you are is a very important step in life. Okay? Life can always come in and it can do whatever it wants. Good things, bad things. At every moment, when you've noticed that something has changed, you need to stop and go, okay, what's different now? What do I actually have in front of me? Not, and this is where it gets hard. This is where I'm really struggling these days. When you're in this moment and you sit there and you go, okay, this is actually where I am. You have to be able to shut out the other voices telling you, well, this is what people are thinking. This is what's probably gonna happen. This is what may happen in the future. And then you have all the good ones. This is all the good stuff that could happen. This is all the benefits that could go. You have to be able to kind of shut all that out for just a minute and go, no, right now, this is what is, right? I don't have a studio. I am back in my house. I do still have all my gear because I own it. It's not like I, got picked up by a network and I was using all their stuff and now I have no gear to do my show. I have everything I need. It doesn't even look much different in here than my studio does. I'm literally sitting in my house, in my bedroom. And it's nice, man. It's kind of nice. I hated it. I hated the idea of it. I hated the idea of coming back and doing this because I just felt like I had been robbed. And I kind of came to this place of clarity during a really intense meditation today that I've just come to accept what is, And that's going to be the motivation that I come to. This will be the first kind of mental health mindset challenge, and I want to challenge you guys to look into a speaker and an author. His name is Eckhart Tolle. He's amazing. The Power of Now is the book that I've been reading and just listening to a lot of him, but that's been my main focus, and it's helped me at least navigate to where I am right now, which is a better place than I was 2 weeks ago. As it stands right now, this very second, I'm healthy. The show's back on the air. I'm going to actively this is a sketchy, kind of thrown together first episode, just getting the set all put back together. First episode, introduction as to what it's going to be, what it'll become. Good. Mental, so don't come here expecting MMA stuff anymore. That's coming. We have a show coming for that. The vlogs, still going to be coming. Random videos I feel like making, still going to be coming. The Road to Redemption podcast is just self growth, mental health, mindset, that kind of thing. And to leave you with this episode, and we'll wrap it up, making it a quick one this time. Meditation. Let's talk about meditation. Meditation is something that I feel very strongly about. It's something that I want to encourage you all to jump into. If you pray, that's fantastic. You can count that as meditation. The first thing, a lot of people have probably already turned this off because they go, Cam, I don't meditate, dude. I'm not getting on the floor. I'm not buying no weird mat. I can't sit cross-legged. I'm almost 30. Dude, me too. Promise. Start looking into meditations, right? If you are one of those people that are so put off just by the thought of meditating, okay, do me a favor. Dedicate to yourself every day, for 10 minutes, you'll just sit. You'll just sit. Put your phone away, turn all notifications off, and just sit for 10 minutes. And just watch the thoughts that come up. And here's my challenge to you. If you have a real hard time making it through that 10 minutes, you can't sit for 20. If the reason you get up is because you think of something that makes you go, oh, nope, I'm out, nope, I'm not doing this anymore, this is a waste of time, stay for 30. Because that means you're really about to hit on to something. Right? Meditation is exactly what you need it to be. Without even knowing, which sounds insane. Let me grab a quick coffee here. Meditation is your mind, right? It's going inside your mind, the thing that is you. You are not your mind. I don't want to say that, but your only experience of this life comes from here, right? So, if you're doing a whole lot of scrolling and watching and creating, but you're not doing a whole lot of shutting it off and going inside here, well, then you're losing the essence of what makes you, you. You can only find that through meditation. Outwards, you're observing. You're observing everything. You're just watching either the creations of your mind, the creations of other people's minds, what other people are doing, saying, feeling, thinking, senses coming in. It's a lot. Then you become a part of yourself that you really weren't, right? You kind of lost it because you're observing too much. Got it. So when you're observing too much, we get anxiety. And then we get depression because now we're starting to compare ourselves to this and we're comparing ourselves to that, and our lives aren't stacking up the way we think because we think we should be here in life based off either a feeling that we have or whatever. And we don't explore those feelings. Why do you feel like you should be in this house by this age with this many kids at this time? Why? Is that even what you want? Close your eyes. Think about it. Now, when you get to a place where you're closing your eyes, and you're either there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm into this. I get it. And remember, you're not trying to find some supernatural, experience in meditation. You're literally just observing your mind. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to turn your mind off. You don't have the control of that. Thoughts can come in and they can come out, and they can come in and they can come out. It's just learning. It's literally the practice of learning. In that moment, you are dedicating the time to not attach to any of the thoughts, good or bad. You just observe them. For me, a big one with meditation, I don't know why, death comes to a lot. A lot of death talk. I'm a hypochondriac, so when I'm meditating, a lot of what if, especially with the deep breaths, they say, breathe in and then breathe out. And I go, what if your heart just stopped? Guys, that's the way my brain thinks. I know it's crazy, but what if you had a heart attack right now? But those are the thoughts that keep me from fully letting go and relaxing, because you can't and fully give in to the process of releasing your mind to creation and to all that makes this world what it is when you have these little self-dialogues like, well, what about cancer? What about strokes? What about heart attacks? What if you died right now? What if you die early? What if you're not around to see your kids? That's the dialogue that goes in my head all day long. So I could quit and go, well, meditation doesn't work. I can't shut that off. Therefore, I'm not supposed to meditate. Or I go, I found something. I found something here. This is something over here in my mind that's stopping me, that's keeping me in a place. Let's see if I can break through that place. Well, then when my 10 minutes gets done, I want more because I just got to it. Sometimes it's like an old car or something. With meditation, sometimes you got to warm up and you got to kind of, especially if it's been a while. If you haven't primed your gears in a while and it's been a minute since you've really got in touch with you, the real you, not the you that you put out or the you that you tell yourself you are, the real you that tries to be. If you haven't checked in with that for a while, it takes a minute, man. Imagine that you have to meet this person again and they're hidden on an island. Well, you left the island and you've been gone for a minute. So now you got to trek your way back to this island and you got to go back through them trees and cut down all them, ivies. And okay, there's the door. You shut your eyes. You're at the door. Now what? Well, that person's still in there, but now, dude, you got cobwebs you got to get out the way. You got to wade through that shit again. You don't get the Holy Grail without going through the entire journey of it, which is, just like anything else, whether you want to be a basketball player, artist, musician, podcaster, YouTuber, whatever, you got to go through the bullshit. You got to start holding a cheap-ass microphone talking about nothing. And then in meditation, you've got to go through the times of trying it once, quitting. Trying it that second time, hanging in a little bit longer, but giving up. Trying it that third time, hanging in the full 10 minutes. I like that. If for no other reason, I just liked it because I got 10 minutes to myself. Right? Come back a fourth day. Oh, shit. I wanted to stay 15 minutes because at 10 minutes I was on to something. So I sat in for 5 more because I just wanted to see where that went. And because of that meditation session, I had this idea to create this video. And even though maybe I didn't create the video today, well, today I wrote it down. Well, then you got a little bit better. And now you have that thing that you wrote down. Well, now you go into your meditation session and you think about that thing. And now you stay 20 minutes. And then you get out of that meditation session so inspired that guess what? Now you make half of the video. You don't release it yet because it's not ready yet, and then you meditate for 30 minutes and you finish that video and now it's perfect. Bang, you release it. Now what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You released it, it did nothing. Now what? We meditate again. Why? Why not? As a content creator, we go through extreme ups and downs. I mean, releasing a video, guys, I've had videos that have done well that have thousands of views, tens of thousands of views. I think I have some that have hundreds of thousands. Not every one of those does that. And that sucks. It does. It truly does suck. But you have to understand, I think, and I am no expert, but I'm on this journey just like y'all, so I'm going to share my opinions. Most of what you do is not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be viral. It's not going to be some mind exploding, holy shit, look at how incredible. It's just not. You'll get a few of those in your career, and, you know, as long as you chase the right thoughts and you execute on them properly, well, you might just get a few, but it's really going to be day in and day out, what did you put out into the world? And then trusting in God or the universe or whatever your power is that you draw from, and just having faith that whatever is going to happen will happen, right? And I know how hokey it sounds, but sitting around thinking that you are worth living in a $20 billion mansion and having the Partridge Family as kids and driving a Benz, and okay, that's cool. But like, if you think that that's a life that you want to obtain, but you want to be somebody who's like zen and chill all the time, well, that's not really, those don't go hand in hand, because the zen chill dude doesn't really care about the $20 million house with all this stuff, right? Now, not necessarily. That doesn't have to be the case. And I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, so I'm going to try to bring it back in. But what I'm trying to say is find perspective on yourself, right? I like nice things. I like nice houses. I hope I don't live in this house forever, and it's small and we're already blowing out of it. But like, for me, my focus is not, can I create things that will provide me a life that looks like this? My focus is, can I live a life that I feel is genuine, that I feel is putting out something that is needed in the world? Is there need for what I'm saying? I think there is. So to do that, to be a genuine face of it, and to have the hope that whatever is meant to be, whoever is meant to hear this, and whether that's today, 10 years, or 30 years, I'm always going to be here, as God willing. I'll be here giving a message, and we're planning on, we're going to do it probably twice a week, a show, probably a Monday-Wednesday split. Monday will be the Road to Redemption podcast. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wednesday will be the Road to Redemption podcast. Monday will be the other show, which, speaking of that, I have to get on that. I have to get hustling and bustling so we can get some things working. With that, guys, please like, subscribe, Tell your friends. If you're new to meditation, try it today. If you've never tried it, try it today. If you struggle, come back and be honest. Tell me how you struggled. See if I can help you. Don't be embarrassed. I've been there. Guys, I've quit on meditation sessions before. Don't be a quitter. Don't be a quitter. Hang in there. It's 10 minutes. You could do it. If you struggle, let me know why. You could DM me at Cam Williamson Official. Let me know. Put it in the comment sections. I prefer that. Make sure you guys are over on Apple. Subscribe everywhere, guys. If you like this channel, if you're gonna hang in for the mental health and the self growth, I'm gonna keep saying that, self growth stuff. If you're in, go subscribe everywhere. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Castbox, everywhere. Make sure you guys are getting notified when we drop these. Like I said, Wednesday, Road to Redemption. Monday will be the new show. Stay tuned. Check out what the new show is going to be. We're out. We love you.